Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another day of Coach Basics training. So, today I want to talk to you just a little bit about overcoming objections. So, if you're doing your job well, you're going to be receiving a lot of objections, right? So, we're supposed to be inviting 3 to 5 people a day. And if you do that, you know that not every single person is going to say yes. And they're surely not going to say yes at the first opportunity, anyways. So, now that you know how to invite and how to follow up, we've got to talk about what to do to handle those objections because they are going to come. So first thing, make sure you're doing your personal development every day because nobody likes hearing no, right? It's just not a good feeling. We don't like it, but remember that it's not personal. They're not saying no to you like, no, I don't like you, or no, no, no. It's nothing personal. They're just saying, hey, I don't think I'm interested in that. But most of the time when somebody says that, it just means that they don't have enough information. So it's your job to find out what their hang up is and to give them more information, to ask if there's any more questions they have you can answer, just to dig a little bit deeper. So the most successful people in this business, they're still hearing no every day. The difference is they don't let that stop them and they keep pushing forward. So you want to practice kind of handling objections and overcoming objections and make it, a personal agenda of yours to learn how to overcome them and not stop when someone says no. So I'm going to upload a little PDF here in a while that shows some of the most common objections and how to handle them. And hopefully that will help you. But you'll notice quickly that the most common ones are financial objections, time objections. So I just don't want to overcommit myself. I've got a lot going on right now. And most of the time, it's because somebody isn't truly ready to make a change. And we might want that for them, but they have to want that for themselves. They have to be ready. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot more legwork on your end, and it's not going to go that well for them. And you might ruin the potential to have a long-standing, challenger or coach in the future by pushing it and rushing it too soon. So it's tough, but sometimes we have to kind of just accept that somebody isn't ready and wait for them to be ready. And it's much more powerful when they are anyways. So, main point is that if you're getting objections, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means that the person you're talking to doesn't have enough information yet to make a positive decision. You know the value of a challenge group. You know that this will be a positive change in their life, especially once you know more about them and what they've been through. Like you might be like, oh, it's painstakingly obvious. This is exactly what you need. But they have to know that. So there's a lot of ways you can, a lot of ways you can handle it. You can plug them into a challenge group for 24 hours. You can just give them some more information because they probably don't have enough. But in order, you don't want to just kind of word vomit because it might come off as you're being pushy or you're just being salesy. What you want is to slow your response time down, which is hard for a talker like me, but it's really important to listen because most of the time the objection is coming from something deeper. So it may be that a person doesn't truly believe in themselves and their ability to do this. We all have excuses that we're quick to throw off, all the time with something. And you're going to hear these excuses a lot. And it's going to be easier for you to see when it's an excuse than when it's not. But sometimes people are not ready to see that themselves. So what you want to do is make it your agenda to handle objections well, and also to be bold in helping to get these people past their objections, because you just know how much better their life's going to be if they say yes to this. So let your passion kind of fuel you forward. Don't be afraid to be bold. I'm pretty bold with my follow-ups and with my inviting in. When people tell me that they've got an objection, I'm like, I completely understand. Like, I didn't have money when I signed up either. That's why I decided to coach. But there's a lot of options. I don't ever want money to be something that holds you back. I just don't believe it should be something that holds you back from making a positive change in your life. So there's some ways that we have to help you do this. And I might talk to them about how that they can invite, sign up as a discount coach for free and invite 3 to 4 people to do this challenge with them. And that's going to pay for their own challenge pack. I might talk to them about, a cheaper program than the one they're looking or whatever. There's all different kinds of options. If there's something on sale or if I'm running a promotion. So there are ways. And also with like a time one, a common thing is I don't have enough time. Well, 25 to 30 minutes is not a lot of time to spend to get a great workout. I used to spend like an hour and a half at the gym easily and didn't get close to the results like I did with the 21-day fix. So T25, 21-day fix, when we have a program that's that on sale, that's a great, really time efficient one. That's a great program to mention for somebody like that who has that objection. If you get someone who says that, they just don't have enough time to eat healthy, to make these meals, to do this lifestyle, that's the perfect person to talk about Shakeology with. So there are a lot of objections, and a lot of times, they're real life, they're real stuff. But you want to dig deeper and really get the true why behind somebody's objection, and not just leave it at no. So I think for all of us parents out there, if your kid comes home from school and says, "I hate school, I'm never going back. Don't ever make me go back," you're not just going to say, "Okay, like you're going to ask questions. You're going to find out why and what happened. And so if you have somebody that's expressed an interest in your challenge group and then all of a sudden, you don't hear anything back or they just say, "No, I'm not really interested. Thanks anyways." Don't let that stop you. Be bold because you know how much this could help them. They don't know that yet. So most of the time they just need some more information. So don't be afraid to let your passion come through. And a great way to do that is with the feel, felt, found method. So it's kind of where you say, if this is something that you've had some personal experience with, I completely understand how you feel. I felt that way too. But this is what I found. And so you tell them how you felt, when you started, and, you tell them a little bit about where you're at, where your journey, and then what you found, like by making this 25 minutes that most people spend scrolling Facebook every day, by giving that, yourself that time, that gift that how much it's positively impacted your life, or the financial objection by making that investment in yourself. It just completely paid off. And if you would have gotten it cheap or for free, you probably wouldn't have been that committed to it, but you wanted your money's worth, and that's why. So whatever it is that you can relate to, share that because people really don't care how much you know. Um, um, People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you want to show them that you care, that you're not just trying to sell something, that you generally care about them and their objection and where they are in their life, and you want to help them get to a better place. And you do that by walking them through these objections and knowing how to handle them and overcome them and help people see the value um, that this could bring to them and their lives. So you can also point out if you don't have a personal experience with something, if you know one of your coaches does, like if you didn't have, you had all the money in the world when you signed up, but maybe you know that I didn't and I'm your coach. You could say, well, I know my coach Kim was in the same situation. Share a story, share a challenger story. I know exactly where you are. My coach Susie or my challenger Susie was right there when she started. But, it's in the last 21 days she's found and share that success story. So just, all different ways to handle objections. Use the PDF I'm going to upload later. I hope this helps you just be persistent, be passionate, and help people walk through their doubts and their fears and give them a little bit more information so that they can make the best decision for them possible.